Oracle brings a lot of expertise in managing and solving the largest and most difficult data management problems. So for over 25 years now, we have included spatial capabilities as a native and integrated part of this infrastructure. So this infrastructure basically includes Oracle database on premises, Oracle database in the cloud, including our autonomous database. And we also have a wide range of industry applications. The support that we provide for spatial is powerful and rich enough to support both simple location-enabled services and also more sophisticated GIS and traditional spatial applications. So spatial AI basically specialized machine learning algorithms that incorporate spatial context along with the AI. Combining these two things now, we can improve model quality, and then that will improve the prediction accuracy.
Hello and welcome to WGIC, the World Geospatial Industry Council. Our guest today is Siva Ravada, Vice President of Development from Oracle. Siva, thank you so much for joining this conversation.
Thank you, Banu. Thanks for having me.
Great. It's great talking to you this morning. My first question to you, Siva. Oracle is a leader for cloud database management systems, and it has very exclusive offerings for the geospatial sector, right? Could you tell us about the top products tailored for this industry and what's unique about these offerings?
Yeah, sure. So if you look at Oracle has a long history of providing data management systems.
Yeah.
Largest and some of the most critical enterprises in the world trust these systems with their most important data and applications. So for over 25 years now, we have included spatial capabilities as a native and integrated part of this infrastructure. So this infrastructure basically includes Oracle database on premises, Oracle database in the cloud, including our autonomous database. And we also have a wide range of industry applications. So these applications cover industries like ERP, CRM, retail, healthcare. And in all of these applications, systems, and tools, we provide spatial as a native and integrated capability. So what is unique about these offerings is, if you look at our database, we include spatial capabilities across the board. So that means we include them in all of the systems and tools and services that we provide. So that makes it easy for the customers to directly integrate spatial capabilities into their enterprise workflows or applications, right? So whatever they have, they can easily integrate spatial capabilities into those things. So basically, we have two main aspects that we want to emphasize. So the support that we provide for spatial is powerful and rich enough to support both simple location-enabled services and also more sophisticated GIS and traditional spatial applications, right? So that's why the customers, whether they are from retail or more business intelligence type of applications, or on the other end, they have more sophisticated national mapping agencies or transportation agencies. All of them can use the capabilities that we provide. So within the database, we provide native support for all of the different types of data, including vector data, 2D data, raster data, 3D point clouds, and networks. All of these data types are supported natively in the database, right? And in addition to these data types, we also provide services like geocoding, routing, and location tracking. And we also provide map visualization and web services integration. So all of these capabilities are very unique and make it very easy for enterprise users to easily integrate spatial capabilities into their applications across the board.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you for enumerating about Oracle spatial products. You briefly mentioned about application for enterprise-wide scalability as well. Would you like to tell us more, While working with a variety of spatial data, such as the 3D LiDAR data point clouds or satellite imagery and location data, how are these products able to integrate all these data types and be able to scale up to the enterprise?
Yeah, so it's a very good question. So specifically for Oracle, Oracle brings a lot of expertise in managing and solving the largest and most difficult data management problems, right? So Oracle database is equipped to handle and solve these problems at scale. Because we are part of the Oracle database, we automatically inherit all of these database advantages that we already have. So within the database, we have support for 3D, LiDAR, raster. And as you are aware, a lot of the times this spatial data can grow very quickly and very fast.
Yeah.
And because we are part of the database, we can inherit all of the advantages of the database that provides for solving these problems at scale. And in addition to that, we also have Oracle Exadata infrastructure. So this Oracle Exadata infrastructure provides specialized optimizations and is built for scale-out architectures. And again, because we are part of the Oracle database infrastructure, we automatically inherit all of these advantages provided by Exadata for large-scale implementations. So in that context, basically, there are three main points that we can emphasize. So Oracle Spatial is part of the Oracle database. So that means the database provides enterprise-wide security, scalability, and high performance and high availability features. And all of these features automatically get inherited to spatial data as well because we are part of the database. And for scale-out type of situations, Oracle's autonomous database cloud service provides this scale-up and down of capabilities without customers having to build their own data centers and having to purchase a lot of additional hardware. Autonomous database will grow on demand, so that way customers don't have to build their own data centers. They can use the autonomous database, and on demand we can scale up or down. So that's a big advantage. And also, if you look at the data that gets streamed to the applications, so within the database now we provide capabilities for 2D vector tiles and H3 optimizations and H3 tiles. So with that optimizations and with those services, now we can stream large amounts of data directly from the database to the client. So that way the customers don't have to build their own systems to integrate all of these type of visualizations and large amounts of data ingest operations into their applications. We provide all of these capabilities at different levels in the software. And then that makes it very easy for organizations to integrate all of these spatial capabilities into their enterprise-wide workflows and applications.
Fantastic. On that note, would you like to share with us a recent implementation in any of the sectors and also how the customers are benefiting?
Yeah, sure. So typically, if you look at a range of industries that we support, you can classify them as location-based or location intelligence type of industries, or more sophisticated specialist GIS type of industries, right? So if we look at the location intelligence type of industries, we have customers in retail that use the spatial capabilities for doing targeted marketing or site analysis. And we have financial sector customers that use the spatial technology for risk analysis. And we also have healthcare customers that use spatial technologies to improve the planning and care. Mm-hmm. There are many more examples like that. And if you come to more traditional spatial applications, we have national mapping agencies that use spatial for building national maps. We have large national level transportation agencies that use the spatial to manage the rail infrastructure, for example, right? And we also have city planning customers and smart cities implementations. And we also have customers in engineering and construction industries as well. And all of these are, again, large-scale implementations that take advantage of the capabilities that we provide in the database. So again, if you look at the customer base that we have customers from national mapping agencies, we have customers from public and private transportation agencies, and we have banks, financial institutions, retail agencies, right? So all of them, and they all gain the benefits of automating the workflows across the systems, and also integrated administration and having security policies that cut across the organization. These are all enterprise-wide benefits that they get because we are part of the native part of the whole Oracle ecosystem.
That's great to know. On that note, you mentioned several application sectors. In several of these applications, most all of them are data-driven applications, and we are seeing that there is an increasing need for integrating distributed or disparate data along with geospatial data as well. So, what is Oracle's strategy in supporting the management of such complex data sets?
Okay. Yeah, so if you look at Oracle's approach and the strength is mainly what we call is the converged database concept. So the
I see.
basic idea is to support all of these different data types on the same engine. Right? So
Mhm.
if you look at the Oracle database, we support spatial data, obviously, for doing location awareness applications. We
Yes.
also support JSON for flexibility, and we support in-memory technologies for real-time analytics. And with the 23 AI release, now we support vector embeddings for AI and ML applications. So converged database, the basic idea is that we can support all of these data types in the same engine, and we can support all of these different workflows that flow as part of supporting all of these different data types. So that makes it very easy to handle all of these different types of data types and also different workflows that include REST services, JSON APIs, and CI/CD pipelines, and whatever you can think of. We can support all of those type of things on the same engine. So if you look at historically, when new data types come along, people tend to have specialized data stores and technologies to manage the data. So if you look at the recent history, when the vector data type came along for the AI and ML type of applications, all of the initial implementations had a specialized data type and data store for managing the vector embeddings. So that makes it difficult to integrate the data with the rest of the data. Right. So by including the vector data type as part of the native database, now we can automatically take advantage of vector embeddings along with spatial data, along with raster data. Right. All of these things are now integrated together. So that means we can take machine learning algorithms and they can apply them to spatial data now, because
Yes.
everything is part of the same integrated story.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the other dimension of all of this integration is we acknowledge that a lot of the times customers, especially in this cloud, when they have all of these cloud implementations, they can have applications running in multiple clouds.
I see.
So we are not assuming that everything runs on the Oracle Cloud. So for example, a customer can have their application or data lake running in other hyperscalers like Google or AWS or Azure. And they might want to use the Oracle database to manage all of the data. So we have now this multi-cloud support where we can run our Oracle Autonomous Database in other clouds. So that way, customers can run their application in the Google Cloud, for example, but all the data management can be done in the Oracle Autonomous Database. Even though we are running in a different cloud, we still provide the same kind of Oracle Cloud infrastructure level security, availability, everything. But now the customer can do that in a different cloud.
Interesting. It's great to know. So, on this note, would you like to share a use case or a recent implementation in which customer has really benefited tangibly from use of this particular application?
Yeah, so actually, let me talk a little bit about the new Oracle database capabilities, and then we can talk about the customer use case. So
Fantastic.
Oracle, yeah, so Oracle 23 AI release mainly focused on supporting AI capabilities and also to improve the developer productivity. So that means now we support vector embeddings within the Oracle database. So you can take any unstructured data, and then by including the vector embeddings, you can now create vectors for these unstructured data. And that enables the semantic search on this unstructured data now. So by combining these data and then along with spatial data, now we can do a lot more interesting applications. Right? So for example, if you look at a real estate application, you can ask for houses that have a specific shape of the roof, because now all of these images can be, you can create embeddings, vector embeddings on these images, and then you can do semantic based searches on those images. And you can combine that with the spatial capabilities to say, show me a house that has a specific type of a roof or a specific type of a swimming pool, and also which is within a certain distance from a particular school or particular points of interest, right? So, and then also with the 23 AI, we also introduced spatial AI. So spatial
Mm-hmm.
AI basically specialized machine learning algorithms that incorporate spatial context in
Yes.
the along with the AI.
Yeah.
So using combining these two things now, we can improve model quality, and then that will improve the prediction accuracy. So for example, if you're looking at housing prices at a specific location, now we can include the neighborhood house values, and then how those neighborhood house values affect the house value for a specific instance. Right? And similarly, we can also do spatial algorithms that allow you to find spatial clusters, and then how spatial location affects clustering. So, for example, you can identify clustering effects of traffic accidents. This is a big data vendor, and then they are collecting LiDAR data, raster data, and all types of unstructured data, and then they provide analytics on top of that data. So they used to have on-premise implementations, but on-premise implementation requires to manage all of these types of data, and then to build AI models on top of that needs a lot of additional hand-coded or custom implementations. So they moved all of that to Oracle 23 AI in the cloud, because now they can take all of this unstructured data along with spatial data and then create vector embeddings and be able to do searches like the one that I mentioned before, be able to do semantic-based search on this unstructured data. Okay. And then that basically reduces their overhead of building and managing all of these custom implementations, because now everything runs in Oracle Cloud infrastructure, and we provide all of these facilities as part of the Oracle Cloud. And then whatever data type that they wanted to manage, raster, 3D, LiDAR, all of those data types we natively support in the database. And then that makes it very easy for them to build their applications. And in addition, with the large language models, now they can provide the ability to ask the customers to provide natural language queries, and then automatically convert those queries into SQL and other APIs, so that natural language LLMs can be used for making it easy to access all of this data that they have in the database.
And some of them, in some of those sectors, we see there is a growing need to facilitate spatial analysis and reporting insights on the go or in near real time or real time basis as well, right? So, how is Oracle Spatial and Graph integrating edge computing, mixed reality, and spatial computing aspects besides the AI? Of course, now everything comes together. How are these being incorporated?
Okay. Yeah. So in that context, Oracle actually has a technology called Oracle Roving Edge infrastructure.
Okay.
So roving edge infrastructure, you can think of that as an extension to the Oracle Cloud infrastructure.
I see.
So in Oracle Cloud infrastructure, you can get VMs and compute and storage and all of those things, and everything is managed within the Oracle data center. So with the roving edge infrastructure, you can think of these as an extension of the Oracle Cloud infrastructure, but now these devices and object storage and everything is on the edge. So you can take these devices and then deploy them in the field where the data acquisition is happening. So data processing can be done close to the edge, but logically they're all still part of the Oracle Cloud infrastructure. So that means whatever software that you can run in OCI, Oracle Cloud infrastructure, you can run the same software and applications on these roving edge infrastructure devices. So you can have a single device or you can have a network of devices, and you can run all of our Oracle applications and database on those devices. So naturally, because we have spatial capabilities across all of these database and other applications that we provide, you can do all of this spatial processing now on these roving edge infrastructure devices that are in the field. And then because they're all logically an extension of the Oracle Cloud infrastructure, once the processing happens on those devices, you can automatically sync that back into the your other applications or databases that you have in the Oracle Cloud infrastructure. So that way it's all very integrated, and also makes it very easy to do this whole on the field and then integrate that result back into the native data source that you have in the OCI.
So, Shiva, next question I would like to ask is, the customer needs are becoming more complex, and so are the products. Is Oracle collaborating with technology partners to facilitate and bring about such products so that the customer needs are fulfilled?
So on the edge computing situation, so we do have geospatial partners that integrate with roving edge infrastructure. And we have a lot of use cases from defense and other intelligent communities, so that way we can't really talk about the actual use cases.
Yes,
but we do have a lot of spatial examples from these industries, these sectors.
My next question to you, Shiva, is we also see with low code or no code tools as well. I'm specifically interested in understanding Oracle Spatial Studio, which is a no code mapping tool. Can you help us understand how Spatial Studio supports the location needs of app developers?
Definitely. Yeah. So Spatial Studio is our newest or latest technology that we have that helps in the low code or no code development for spatial applications. So it's basically a web toolkit that provides a lot of user interfaces so that customers who don't have any spatial knowledge can easily build web applications that can include web maps into them. Right? So it provides a lot of simple interfaces and UI tools, and that will let users create applications. But it also has more sophisticated features as well. So for example, a developer can create a web mapping application using the tool without writing any code, but you can actually look under the covers to see what is the type of SQL that is generated for producing that analysis. And a more sophisticated developer can then take that SQL and then use that as a blueprint for building more complex SQL analytics. Okay. And then Spatial Studio also provides ability to take any data set or any analysis that is created within Spatial Studio and publish it as a REST endpoint. So that immediately makes any data or analysis available for any of the other web developers, because they can easily access those data sets or results as REST endpoints. So web integration and web development becomes very easy with that concept. Right. And we also have this map visualizations that once you create the map visualization within Spatial Studio, you can take that result and then embed that as a embeddable content in any other application. So that way, if the customer has some other web application, they can very easily embed the map that is produced from the Spatial Studio. Right? So that way, Spatial Studio provides all of these capabilities for low-code development. But Spatial Studio is not the only thing that Oracle has. So if you look at Oracle's Oracle ecosystem, we also have Oracle Application Express and Oracle Analytics Cloud Service. Oracle Application Express is basically built for database developers so that they can build web applications without writing a lot of code. And we took all of these spatial capabilities that we have and embedded them into Apex as well. So that way, we have a large community of application, Apex community. And all of those developers can now very easily embed maps and spatial analytics into these Application Express applications. Similarly, we have the Oracle Analytics Cloud Service. They also include a lot of these spatial capabilities. So that way, any of the OIC mainly caters to business analysts. So now all of these business analysts can do spatial mapping without really knowing how to do spatial development. So, and in the other dimension, what we provide is a lot of development frameworks. So that way, as a developer, if you're a Java developer, then you don't have to learn a new technology or new API to be able to take advantage of the spatial capabilities that we provide. So we have integrations with Java APIs, Python, REST endpoints, JSON, Node.js. So we enhance all of these things with spatial capabilities so that as a developer, whatever is your mode of development, you can still continue to use the same development framework and still be able to take advantage of all of the spatial capabilities that we provide as part of the Oracle ecosystem. So that way, as I mentioned before, Oracle 23 AI release, one of the main focus is the developer productivity. So because of that, we have we spent a lot of time to make all of these APIs less spatial intensive, meaning normal developers will be able to consume these APIs without really understanding what happens in the background, and but still be able to produce meaningful applications that take advantage of the spatial analytics that we provide in the infrastructure.
I think that's a fantastic addition to Oracle products, which will literally mainstreaming geospatial well beyond the geospatial sector,
That's
right?
right.
Great. Thank you so much for detailing about the latest happenings at Oracle. And my last question is about Oracle's association with WGIC. Oracle has been a founding member of WGIC and completely aligned with its mission of advancing geospatial impact and fostering business opportunities, right? And specifically, you have been member and being a member of the patron board, leading the industry academia committee as well. Just want to understand how has been the journey so far for you and the Oracle?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great question. So, as part of, as you mentioned, we've been part of WGIC from the beginning, and aligning with the WGIC's mission statement, Oracle also firmly believes in advancing geospatial impact across different industries. And we also believe in building strong partner networks to provide solutions to our customers. It's in that context, we had the opportunity to present our spatial technology to a lot of new partners as they become members of the WGIC. And that has given us opportunity to present a spatial technology and Oracle cloud technologies to a new set of partners. So that definitely helps raise awareness of Oracle's own capabilities in this geospatial industry. And as you mentioned, we are part of a couple of committees. I lead the industry and academia committee. I've been doing that role for the last couple of years now. So I've been working with academic institutions to try to understand the workforce needs for the geospatial industry. So I'm also part of the National Geospatial Advisory Council, and there also at the national level, a lot of the government and federal agencies are facing the same problem of workforce shortages.
Yes.
So what our goal as part of this committee is to commission a report so that we can understand what are the current and future needs of the industry in terms of workforce, and how can we help bridge that gap with the academic institutions. And we're also part of the policy committee, and so far we've been pretty pleased with the work of the policy committee. Policy committee produces a lot of reports that help raise the awareness of geospatial and how we can use the geospatial technology to solve real world problems. So these reports are very easy to read, and they are catered for non-specialists, so that way leaders in other domains can read these reports and understand the importance of geospatial technology. And they can easily see how they can apply geospatial technology to solve the problems in their own industries. So in that way, we're very pleased with the policy committee and all the literature that gets generated out of this, and then all the outreach events that the WGAC conducts that raises the awareness of geospatial in the world.
I should really congratulate you and express my gratitude that you have, from the since its inception, you have been nurturing this organization with your thought and with your forward-looking outlook. Also now, in the seventh year of its functioning, WGIC, right? Where do you envisage? What do you envisage for WGIC and its activities moving forward?
Yeah. So mainly, as I said, we want to support and have more outreach activities to raise the awareness. That is number one priority. And we also should try to enlist members who are not just geospatial companies, but also other industries which depend on geospatial technology. So if you look at the membership today, it is mostly geospatial companies, right? So maybe we need to grow that membership beyond just the geospatial companies, but make it more of an organization which includes members who understand and use geospatial technology. They might not be native geospatial users, but they do see the benefits of using geospatial in their industries. So for example, in finance or insurance, those type of industries, they heavily use geospatial technology, but they're not
Yes,
really part of
they're
geospatial
not.
industry. So maybe we need to look at getting members from those type of industries as well.
Great. Thank you for that. The direction, setting the direction and guiding us always. Thank you so much for this conversation, Shiva. It was lovely catching up with you.
Yeah, nice to have this conversation, Bhavna, and thanks for including Oracle in this process.
Great.